Hello and welcome to this week's travel podcast. As you know, we normally like to invite listeners in to talk about faraway places they've visited, but this week it's almost the opposite. We're talking about staycations. If you don't know what they are, well, the word staycation is a combination of stay and vacation, and it's basically a holiday that you have in your own home, or at least staying at your own home at night. Why do that? Well, for economic reasons, to avoid the stress of travelling, to explore your local area, and even to enjoy your own house a little. Now, we've got 3 people to talk to us about their staycations. So let's speak first to Mike and hear about his, well, I won't say trip, because you didn't go anywhere.
No, I didn't.
But tell us about it anyway.
Yes, well, I had a 4-day staycation last week. I took Friday and Monday off work. My wife did too. So we had 4 days in all.
And what did you do?
Well, we'd done quite a bit of planning. So we knew there was a concert we wanted to go to on the Saturday night, and a photo exhibition as well. We also took a day trip to the coast and spent the day by the sea.
Sounds nice.
It was. But actually, those are the things we'd do anyway at the weekend. I think it was the little things we did differently that made the experience interesting. So, every morning we had a big breakfast together, like in a hotel. Normally, we just eat a bowl of cereal, generally not at the same time. But this time, we prepared fresh fruit, had yogurt, something hot like mushrooms, that kind of thing. It was great to sit together and really enjoy it.
Okay.
And also, we had made some rules. No TV, no internet, no checking emails. So we did different things. We read a lot, we listened to music, I even did some painting, and my wife wrote some poetry.
Oh, wow. Okay, now let's talk to our second guest, Samantha. Tell us about your staycation.
Well, I wanted it to be active, like an activity holiday. So I planned everything around that idea. I tried to do something active every day. So one day I went running in the countryside. Another day I went cycling. Then I went for a walk.
Sounds tiring.
It was. And actually, on the last day, I gave up and stayed at home and slept. The other thing I did was to treat myself to a takeaway every other day. I felt I'd earned it with all that physical activity.
Well, thanks. Now, finally, let's hear from Louise. What did you get up to?
Well, my experience was more of a challenge because, unlike the other 2, I've got 2 kids to entertain.
Right, so what did you do to keep them occupied?
Well, a bit like the others, I tried to find an activity every day. So we had a trip to the zoo, going to see a football match, going out for lunch to a restaurant, cooking all together at home, going to a concert. I tried to have the same rule as Mike, no TV or internet, but that was too hard with kids. They couldn't understand why we'd want to change. But overall, it went quite well. I think it felt different for the kids compared to just staying at home during the school holidays. They felt we were all doing something different.
Okay, thanks, Louise. So, as usual, I'll ask you all for a mark out of 10 and whether you'd recommend the holiday to our listeners. So first, Louise.
I'd give it 7 out of 10. It's not easy with kids, but it's worth a try.
Thanks. Samantha?
8 out of 10. I'd recommend it, but it's probably better to have more variation instead of doing sport every single day.
Okay. And Mike?
I really enjoyed it. You have to make an effort, but if you do, I think it's a great way to spend a few days. So 9 out of 10. And yes, I definitely recommend doing what I did.